105.3 WFIV, Loudon, Farragut, Lenore City.
The following is a special presentation of Horn Radio Sports. Here's Eric Gerhardt.
Good evening. Welcome into another night of Farragut High School basketball from the Doghouse at Bearden High School as the Admirals and Bulldogs square off tonight, District 4 AAA action. And we hope to see a couple more really good games like we saw back in early January, with the outcomes hopefully reversed for the Admirals as Bearden won a couple of close ones at Lynn Sexton Gymnasium. The Lady Bulldogs trailed throughout regulation, hit a three just ahead of the buzzer to finish out the fourth quarter that tied the game, and then it was Bearden winning in overtime by a score of 61-60. And in the boys' game, close throughout, but it was the Bulldogs winning by a final of 54-49. And so these teams square off for the second time in the regular season. And on the girls' side of things, really both sides, you've got Bearden leading the District 4 standings, undefeated in district play, as the Lady Bulldogs are a perfect 10-0. Do believe, let me double-check that. Indeed, that's 10-0 for the Lady Bulldogs as well as the Bearden boys. Meanwhile, the Farragut girls are currently in fourth place at 6-3, trailing Heritage at 8-2. Maryville is also 6-3, but currently owns the head-to-head tiebreaker with the Lady Admirals. So Farragut number 4 in the standings currently, and on the boys' side of things, Farragut is third at 6-4, trailing Bearden at 10-0, Maryville at 7-2. So a chance for these teams to earn a season split with their arch rivals and also do themselves a great favor as far as the District 4 standings are concerned. We're going to have the playing of the national anthem. Let's get a break. We'll return with more as you listen to Farragut basketball on 105.3 WFIV.
We're all paying attention to social distancing and cleanliness these days, and you're nearby.
To shop Farragut all year long. Your Farragut retailers, restaurants, and service providers have worked hard to make your shopping easy and a bargain. Follow Shop Farragut on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to get all of the deals and discounts you need. Go Admirals!
Back here at Bearden High School after the playing of the national anthem, the Lady Admirals have been introduced. Farragut in its road navy with the white numerals and lettering. As Farragut, coached by Jason Mayfield, assisted by Andy Arndt, Alex Monday, and Madison Maples. Lady Admirals are 12-3 on the season, 6-3 in the district, and it's the usual suspects in the starting lineup. Number 10, Macy Barnes, a senior. Number 13, Ace Strickland, a junior. Also for Farragut, number 32, McCall Willis, 5'10", a junior. Number 34, Keely Rogers, a junior. And number 44, Ashlyn Sheridan, a junior. Lady Admirals were led in the last matchup against Bearden by Rogers, who had 15 points, just played an outstanding game on both ends of the floor. Sheridan was the leading scorer with 18, but Rogers really got it done on both ends, although Sheridan and McCall Willis both did a really nice job in bracketing the big post player for Bearden, sophomore Avery Treadwell, 6'3", sophomore. She's number 32. She will jump against Sheridan to get our ball game started. Bearden in its home white, also in the starting five for Coach Justin Underwood, Zania McLaughlin, as well as Jennifer Sullivan. Let's see, who else we got? Going to have to be Emily Gonzalez, right? They're turned to the sides right now, but that is indeed Gonzalez, number 30. And also for Bearden, Maddie Brillhart. That's the starting five. Opening tip, Bearden had it briefly. Farragut comes away with a basketball. Lady Admirals, first possession. Strickland drives the lane with the right hand, scores. Strickland attacks the basket. Lady Admirals lead 2-0. Bearden quickly in front court. That'll be Brillhart sizing up a three from the left corner. No good. Strickland the rebound. Ahead to Sheridan on the left wing. Sheridan into the paint. Short jumper. Left it short. Good look for the Lady Admirals. Pulling up in the paint, Sheridan left it just a little bit short. And Bearden with the rebound. 2-0 just underway at Bearden High School. Boys action will follow this evening as Zania McLaughlin for Bearden swings it over to Sullivan on the left wing, guarded there by Strickland. Into the paint she goes. 4 Lady Admirals converge. The pass does make it on the baseline to Gonzalez. She walked, and there's the call. Gonzalez with the first turnover of the ball game as she tried to pivot, took an extra step. Farragut with Bearden settling back into its zone. Front court defense. Farragut goes inside to McCall. Willis, quick shot in the paint. That's the key, right? Get it up quickly. Treadwell can be a shot blocker, but it helps to get them up quick, and that's exactly what McCall did, and Farragut leads 4-0. As Bearden in front court, Sullivan left side. Keely Rogers comes out, forces her back inside. Pass goes right side to Gonzalez. Gonzalez into the paint, surrounded by Lady Admirals, pushes it back out top to Brillhart. Now to Sullivan, right side. Zania McLaughlin, left side, driving on Keely Rogers. Loops it to Gonzalez, right wing. She'll put up a three. It's offline, off the back of the rim. Farragut giving chase for the rebound and deflects it out of bounds. Good effort by Sheridan, trying to keep Treadwell off the boards and track down the loose basketball. Unable to do so with one hand. And so it'll be Bearden inbounding from the far corner. Sullivan, Bearden Jr. to inbound, comes in near side to Brillhart. Now to Gonzalez out high, right side. Swing it around the perimeter. McLaughlin gives left side to Sullivan, whose three-pointer is good. Sullivan had 13 points. Only Gonzalez with 18 had more in the first matchup against the Lady Admirals on January 9th. Farragut goes inside to Strickland. Pass comes left side and just goes through the legs of Macy Barnes. Macy just took her eyes off of it and squirts through her legs into the Bearden bench, and Farragut's first turnover of the ball game. 4-3, Lady Admirals leading. Baskets to begin the game by Strickland on a drive and Willis in the paint, answered a moment ago by Sullivan, a three from the left corner for the Lady Bulldogs. Gonzalez left side, could have shot the three, passed on it, moves to the left elbow, gives back out top to Brillhart, now to Sullivan right side, guarded by Strickland. Moves to the free throw line, backs out top of the key, gives to McLaughlin. McLaughlin looking inside for Treadwell. Farragut fronting her with Sheridan. Sullivan left side, guarded by Strickland. Gives in the right corner to Gonzalez. Head fakes the three, then gives to Zania. Zania McLaughlin quickly to Sullivan, left side for a three, no good. And there's a follow by Gonzalez, good. Emily Gonzalez scores on a putback, and Bearden leads 5-4. Lady Bulldogs did not lead in regulation of the first game. They have their first lead here tonight. 5:15 to go, opening quarter. Lady Bulldogs in their zone as Rogers spins in the paint, and the rim will not accept it. Halfway down, but there's McCall Willis with a rebound and putback. McCall, Farragut's leading rebounder, scores on a stickback. She's got 4, and more than half of McCall's rebounds this year are offensive rebounds. So 6-5, Farragut leads as Gonzalez sees Brillhart flash through the lane. Instead, she'll take it herself all the way to the basket, bumped a bit, got it up and in with the right hand. Emily Gonzalez in traffic, scores with a scoop. And it's 7-6, Bearden leading. Keely Rogers quickly in front court, pulls up right side. Back to Barnes, sets for a three, too strong. Rebounded away by Brillhart of Bearden. So the Lady Bulldogs with the ball and a 1-point lead as Gonzalez slows the pace a bit. Brings it in front court rather than Zania McLaughlin. Left side pass goes to Sullivan. Sullivan, they try to get it inside for the first time, and it's going to be taken away. Turnover as they tried to go inside to Treadwell, and the Lady Admirals come up with a steal. It's going to be Farragut's Rogers in front court, giving to Strickland, and turn out top to Barnes. Now quickly to McCall Willis. Her shot in the paint won't go. Comes off the rim, and Bearden rebounds it away. Lady Bulldogs in front court. Farragut, great job in the first matchup of getting both Treadwell and McLaughlin in some early foul difficulties. We have not had a foul called, and we're more than halfway through our first quarter. Brillhart, left side three, no good. Good box out by Sheridan. And now reaching in and committing the first foul of the ball game will be the Lady Bulldogs, Jennifer Sullivan. Good job by Sheridan boxing out Bearden's Treadwell. So into the ball game for Farragut will be Sage Carball, tonight wearing 4 rather than 14. Strickland, left side jumper, just inside the three-point arc, is good. Strickland's got 4. Willis also has 4, and Farragut reclaims the lead 8-7. Sage Carball now is fronting Treadwell in the post. Pass goes left side into the corner. Gonzalez will try a 3 and hits it. Gonzalez with her first 3, second from long range for Bearden. Gonzalez has 7 of Bearden's 10, I thought, but maybe that was just a 2. Ball is knocked away from Barnes from behind, and Bearden with a steal. Farragut with its second turnover. Sullivan, clearly that was a 3 earlier by Sullivan, so this most recent one by Gonzalez must have just been a 2. Zania McLaughlin penetrates, gives to Gonzalez right side. This one short. 3-point attempt short. McCall Willis with the rebound. Given to Barnes. Ahead to Strickland. Strickland pulls up. Left side 3-pointer. No good. Treadwell with the rebound for Bearden. Clears it out to Gonzalez. And Coach Underwood is going to use a timeout. Everybody taking a seat, so I assume it's a full timeout for Bearden, although public address said 30, although no, maybe they're standing. Everybody's just getting their water bottles, I suppose. 2:24 to go in our opening quarter, and it is 9-8. Bearden leading. Farragut jumped out to a 4-0 lead on baskets by Strickland and Willis. Bearden came back with a 3 by Sullivan. Gonzalez then with a basket. Made it 5-4 Bearden. Lady Admirals getting another basket from Willis. Up 6-5. And we've gone back and forth then with Farragut getting a basket from Strickland. And Bearden a couple of baskets from Gonzalez as the Lady Bulldogs lead 9-8. They go inside to Treadwell against the double team. And those long arms, she goes up and claims it in traffic and then knocks it home off the window. First basket of the ball game for 6'3" post player Avery Treadwell. Farragut's Barnes, right corner 3, good. That's Farragut's first from long range, and the Lady Admirals tie the game at 11. 1:50 to go. Opening quarter here at Bearden High School. Treadwell high post takes it. She's guarded there by Sage Carball. Sullivan moves to the free throw line. Gives left side to Reagan Ruth, who has entered the lineup. She kicks it out high, left side, to Brillhart for a 3 that's no good. Rogers the rebound, leads the break in front court. Got around Gonzalez and scores the layup. Rogers, coast to coast, and Farragut leads 13-11. So 4 Lady Admirals have scored, 3 Lady Bulldogs. As Bearden will have the pass. Ruth's pass is knocked away, stolen by Rogers. Rogers into front court, fouled by Ruth. Keeley doing what Keeley does. That's the first foul against Ruth, the second against the Lady Bulldogs. But entering the week, Keeley averaging 4. Let's see. First toss is good. Averaging 4.7 steals per game. That's ridiculous. Already got a couple, I believe. And so Rogers hits the free throw. That's the first free throw of the game for either team. Zania McLaughlin back in for the Lady Bulldogs, who I don't think I mentioned, coached by Justin Underwood, assisted by Josh Suttles and Cosette Gaspard. And second toss for Keeley, in and out. Rebounded away by Bearden's Hannah Claire Stevens, just into the game. Bearden in front court. Sullivan looks inside to Treadwell. They go over the top of Farragut's fronting defense, and Treadwell lays it up and in. Able to lob it over the fronting post defense of the Lady Admirals, and Bearden trailing 14-13. As Farragut goes in the post to Carball, and we're going to have Maddie Brillhart picking up her first foul. Third foul on Bearden as a team amongst 3 different Lady Bulldogs. Allie Hines takes the inbound feed from Rogers, gives it back to Keeley, who penetrates, gives to Barnes right side, now out top to Strickland. 3-point attempt, no good. There's Barnes with a rebound. Her shot is rejected by Treadwell, then lost out of bounds, and they say touched last by Farragut. Bearden's basketball. 14-13. Farragut leading, 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter as the Lady Admirals, with Allie Hines, Ace Strickland, Sage Carbaugh, Keely Rogers, Macy Barnes on the floor defensively as Zania McLaughlin dribbles away the seconds out high, not being pressured. Bearden's got Brillhart set up at the high post, ready to screen for McLaughlin, who doesn't use it. Gives to Sullivan right side. She tries to penetrate on Strickland. Gives off to Brillhart. Left side threes over everything. Lost out of bounds off of Farragut. 1.2 seconds to play in the quarter. So Willis is going to quickly check into the game for Hines and try to prevent an easy basket here for Bearden. They're going to have to get it up quickly. They'll try to lob for Treadwell in traffic, throws it up, hit it, and was fouled. That's what you're trying to avoid, right? But they just throw it up for grabs to Treadwell with that height advantage and long arms, and she scores and has a chance at an and one. Strickland picks up the foul, her first, and so Treadwell's free throw misses badly, but still, Bearden with that second opportunity. 1.3 seconds left on the first quarter clock. They lob it into Treadwell. She scores and gives Bearden a 1-point lead after one, 15-14. We'll get a 1-minute break. Return with second quarter action on the other side as you listen to Farragut basketball presented by Pilot Food Marts on 105.3 WFIV.
Hey, Rick Terry here with Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. We've gotten so many calls. Are you open? Are you doing jewelry work? And the answer is yes. Only a few small changes. Repair times are a little longer. Jewelry design consultations are done by appointment, but the same great service you've always expected is what you'll get. And in our brand new, totally redesigned jewelry store. It's spacious, clean, and safe. If you haven't been in, you've got to come see. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs, we want to be your jeweler.
Hey folks, Gerald Esser with Ted Russell Nissan, and we're serving all your automotive needs.
My brakes are worn out.
Bring it. Our service department has full-line certified technicians.
I need a brand new set of tires.
Bring it. We have the best prices on all major tire brands.
I need help with my credit to buy a new Nissan.
Bring it. We have 4 certified finance managers to help you get the payment you're looking for.
I need to rent a Nissan for our vacation.
Bring it. Our friendly rental department has low rates.
Well, I got an old sled to trade in.
Bring it. If it'll drive, it's worth $5,500. Only Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Well, Bearden goes inside to Treadwell. Farragut collapses on her with a triple team. Looked like Keely Rogers had a held ball situation. They didn't call that, but they knocked the ball loose, came up with a steal, but couldn't score on the other end, quickly going inside to McCall Willis. Bearden back on the other end. Zania McLaughlin got an offensive rebound, just took it away from Treadwell. Her follow attempt is no good. Ball loose on the floor. McCall Willis comes up with it. Gives to Keely Rogers. So it's early second quarter, and Farragut on the break. Willis mishandles the pass initially, grabs it back, pushes it over to Hines. Now out top, there's going to be a steal by Gonzalez, who drives for a layup at the other end. Emily Gonzalez has 8 points. Leads all scorers as Bearden on the board first in the second quarter, leading 17-14. So third turnover for Farragut. Bearden has 4. Lady Admirals go into the paint to Barnes. Her turnaround jumper is too strong. I think she thought Treadwell might have been more of a factor. Put it up quickly. It's a shot you would expect Macy to hit most times, but unable to connect on that occasion. Here's Sullivan, lost her dribble, grabs it back, drives right baseline. Shot is missed. Ball's bouncing around. It's picked up by Rogers. Farragut into front court. Rogers ahead to Willis. Can't hang on to it. So we're all even at 4 turnovers apiece. And Hannah Claire Stevens returns to the lineup for Bearden. So you've got Treadwell and Stevens, Sullivan, McLaughlin, and Gonzalez. Farragut's got McCall Willis, Ashlyn Sheridan, Keely Rogers, Ace Strickland, and Allie Hines. Lady Admirals look like their zone matching up, as this will be Gonzalez driving right baseline. Shot no good. Everybody giving chase across the way. Whose basketball is it? And Farragut. Lady Admirals will get it, trailing by 3. 5:57 to play first half. Bearden I mentioned at the outset, here's Rogers driving through the lane, steps around Treadwell at the basket, but the shot won't go. And now there's a steal by Rogers, but her shot's rejected away by Treadwell. Bearden in front court. Treadwell erases the potential damage with a blocked shot as Rogers heads up play, lingered in rear court and came up with a steal. Stevens will launch a three for Bearden from the left side. It is no good, and Rogers just goes and gets the rebound. Then an outlet to Allie Hines driving for the layup. Good. Rogers gets him out on the break, and Hines converts on the other end. And Farragut trails by 117-60. And I mentioned at the outset, Bearden 10-0 in district play. They're 16-1 overall. Sullivan, left side, driving, baseline. It comes wide open. She misses at the rim, though, and Bearden's going to knock that out of bounds as everybody comes crashing over the top, trying to grab the rebound. And Treadwell will leave the game, and Natalie Rice enters in the post for Bearden. Rice, number 40, a 6-foot senior. So Farragut in front court trailing by 1 with 4:55 to play first half here at Bearden High School. Ashlyn Sheridan moves right, gives to Strickland top of the key. Sullivan matching up with her there. She drifts left, picks up her dribble, is going to need some help, bounces it back near midcourt to Sheridan. Keely Rogers between the circles. In fact, she might have carried the ball. Keeley's going to leave it off with Strickland. So Keeley sets up double high post. She and McCall Willis. Left side Sheridan. They bounce it to Rogers. Goes inside to McCall Willis. Little high-low action as Willis slides closer to the basket. The shot's missed. And then deflected out of bounds. It'll belong to Bearden. Farragut's going to jump into a press. 4:20 to play first half. And Bearden leading 17-16 as Gonzalez will inbound for the Lady Bulldogs. And it comes to Stevens, back to Gonzalez, ahead to Rice in front court. Rice tracks it down on the left wing. Here comes a double on her. She gives it off to McLaughlin. McLaughlin working on Hines into the paint, lost her dribble, but it goes right to Rice. She's not looking to shoot, had a mid-range jumper. Instead, out top to Gonzalez. Gonzalez throws up a wild shot around Strickland, no good. Rebounded away by Willis, given to Strickland. Strickland in front court for Farragut. Left side, Keeley for a three, good! Rogers hits the three-pointer. She's got 6. And that is Farragut's second 3 of this first half. 3:52 to play in the first half. And I'm not sure why play was halted, but it's going to allow subs to enter the game. So Sheridan, Willis, Barnes, Strickland, and Rogers, the starting 5 back on the floor for Coach Mayfield as Allie Hines comes off. Stevens for Bearden gives to McLaughlin right side. Sheridan comes up, takes her. She starts to make a move to the free throw line. Gives to Sullivan on the right side. Sullivan penetrates, gives to Rice in the right corner. One dribble, picks it up, hands to Sullivan, who's being chased by Rogers. She knocks the dribble away from her. And that was close to Sullivan reaching back and being the player responsible for the deflection out of bounds. Willis now out of the game. Sage Carball back in. So Sullivan inbounds. Side front court. Comes into Gonzalez. Macy Barnes matches up with her. Farragut and man. We've seen Farragut in some zone this first half, so changing things up. Gonzalez left side. She'll shoot the 3. No good. McLaughlin got the rebound. Puts a follow-up short. Rogers takes it away. Keeley for Farragut. Bringing the ball up against McLaughlin. Goes behind her back at midcourt. Gives on the left wing to Strickland. Strickland with a 3. Good! You could tell it was on line from this angle. And the distance was right as well as the net barely moves on Strickland's first 3 of the night. Farragut leads 22-17. Right side, Stevens with it, hounded by Sheridan. Gives off to Gonzalez. Now Sheridan is on Gonzalez. Rogers comes out, switches, knocked the dribble away. Gonzalez grabs it back. And Coach Underwood asked for a timeout. Willis and Hines are going to re-enter the game for Coach Mayfield. And I think Bearden's ready to get Avery Treadwell back into the lineup. Farragut leading 22-17. So
Sorry,
Hines,
did you call for a break?
No, Hines has 2. Macy Barnes with 3. Avery Strickland with 7 after hitting that 3 most recently. McCall Willis with 4. Keely Rogers 6 points for the Lady Admirals. Trying to figure out why my scoring was off in the second quarter, and I'd put Hines' basket down as a first quarter bucket. 22-17, Lady Admirals leading by 5 as Bearden coming out of the timeout with the basketball. Sullivan drives into the paint, pulls up from 14, no good. Sheridan battling for the rebound and saved. Oh, they say she's on the baseline by a whisker. And so Bearden retains possession. They inbound, they give it right back underneath to Sullivan, and she throws it up over her head and scores. Nicely done between Sullivan and Brillhart. And Sullivan getting the return pass on the inbound from underneath her own basket, scores. And that makes it 22-19. Farragut goes high post. McCall Willis kicks into the left corner to Sheridan for a 3 that is no good. Weak side rebound. Knocked out of bounds and will stay with Farragut. Lady Admirals are going to have it in the far corner. 1:48 to go until halftime. Farragut leading 22-19 as Barnes inbounds to Strickland. So Rogers getting a breather with Allie Hines on the floor. Barnes flashes to the free throw line. Sheridan drifts right. Now here comes Strickland through the lane. Takes the pass, steps through 2 defenders and scores with a right hand. Nicely done. Patient move in the post, in the paint by Ace Strickland. Farragut again leads by 5, 24-19. Sullivan, left side to Brillhart, driving on McCall Willis. And they're going to call a hand check foul, I believe, on McCall. So that'll be the first on McCall and just the second on Farragut as a team. Bearden has only 3 fouls. Keely Rogers back into the ball game, replacing Allie Hines. Inbound feed. Gonzalez, long 3 off the left side, is long off the back of the rim. Farragut had the rebound, couldn't hang on to it, so now Bearden's going to get a reprieve. Gonzalez gives to Brillhart. She'll try a 3 on the right side. No good. Strickland, good rebound against McLaughlin on the backside. Farragut ahead to Keely Rogers. Rogers pulls up, right wing, and just does, well, ball's going to be knocked away from Strickland. McLaughlin driving for a layup at the other end that is no good, and then Sheridan is clobbered on the rebound attempt. No foul called. Farragut does come out with a basketball. Strickland got nailed on one end, Sheridan on the other. Whistle didn't sound either time. 45 seconds to play in the first half. 24-19, Farragut leading by 5. Strickland out high as they look like they want to double at times out top. Barnes pops out, takes the feed from Strickland, gives it up to Rogers. 30 seconds. Farragut would like to hold for 1, but Bearden will likely, with McLaughlin being the defender she is, get close enough to initiate a count. 19 seconds. Rogers gives off to Strickland. Gonzalez on her. Ace can take her off the dribble all day. She does. Pulls up left side. Good. Strickland's got 11. And it's 26-19. 5 seconds to play. Gonzalez in front court. Tries to go between her legs. Rogers there defensively. The shot no good. And the first half comes to a close. Well defended by Rogers, and Gonzalez got it up, avoided the block shot, got it up to the rim, but it would not go for the Lady Bulldogs on the final possession of the first half. And Farragut limits Bearden to just 4 points in the second quarter. And after trailing 15-14, 8 minutes in, the Lady Admirals at intermission lead by 7, 26-19. We'll get a 2-minute break and return to take a look at the first half numbers on the other side as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops, presented by Pilot Food Marts on Farragut's Independent Voice, 105.3 WFIV.
At your nearby Pilot Food Mart, there's a refreshing drink special waiting for you, and it's only 99 cents. Any size fountain drink, icy, or coffee is right inside, and just 99 cents every day. With your Pilot My Rewards card, get 3 cents off every gallon of gas. And find additional specials inside the store. Drink specials, gas savings, regular specials. Get your Pilot My Rewards card today. Pilot, we're right on your way.
I had a guy tell me that his insurance company would not cover his key fob when it was stolen from his vehicle. You guessed it, Erie would have. Did you know that Erie's auto product has 30 extra features? How about Erie Rate Lock or new auto security? Erie continues to be a pioneer in the insurance industry. I ask you this, what good is a funny commercial hyping upfront savings when you buy an inferior product? Call Bryan Insurance Group, 865-951-7993, or visit us online at bryaninsurance.com.
Hi, this is Dave from VG's Bakery. Circumstances have forced us to change the way we do business, but nothing will change the pride and love we have for baking the finest baked goods. Go to vgsbakery.com to check out our curbside menu we offer Tuesday through Friday weekly. And our cake department is ready to create your beautiful and delicious special occasion cakes. Pastries, cookies, bread, and desserts, all made by hands that care. VG's Bakery, handcrafted baked goods. Oh yeah.
Persian Galleries is pleased to invite you to visit their new and more spacious showroom located in Western Plaza. This is the perfect time to make your dreams come true. Persian Galleries has gathered the finest selection of Persian and decorative rugs from all over the world at the best prices ever. Whether you're looking for a specific type of rug like antique tradition, silken new modern, or contemporary, Persian Galleries provides only the highest quality rugs. Persian Galleries also offers many services such as trade, cleaning, repair, and appraisal to ensure the life of your rugs. Call today, 558-8777, or visit our website at PersianGalleriesKnoxville.com, located in Western Plaza next to the Fresh Market.
Eric Gerhardt back with you here at Bearden High School. If you're watching online at the Booster Club's live stream page or YouTube channel, that video brought to you as always by Brandon Campbell. Justin Beaver making sure that signal's going out over YouTube. And back at our WFIV studios, the ever-capable Dusty Street. Appreciate you joining us, whether here on FM 105.3 WFIV, online, WFIV.com, or the aforementioned video stream outlets. Again, the Booster Club's live stream page or YouTube channel. As big night of District 4 hoops, always entertaining whenever Farragut and Bearden get together. Saw that starting at the 1st of February, part of the executive order, governor's order, will be rescinded so that cheerleaders and dance team members and pep bands, if schools have pep bands at basketball games, all of those students will be allowed back into gyms starting in February. It always makes the Farragut-Bearden game so even more entertaining. Just the interaction between the student sections. Unfortunately, we don't have any of that here tonight. A couple of nights short of February, but still great. Obviously, Farragut and Bearden, whatever they match up in, as we say, if they're playing checkers, it's going to be hotly contested and most oftentimes highly competitive. And the last time these teams played at Farragut, in early January, it was the Bulldogs with a couple of narrow wins. The Lady Bulldogs won in overtime, 61-60, and the Bearden boys won 54-49, a game that was close throughout. And Farragut in the boys' game had possession of the ball inside a minute, just less than a minute, remaining in regulation, and were unable to score on that possession. And Bearden hit some free throws late. So our boys' game coming up a little bit later. Challenge for the Admirals is going to be, as always, to be able to handle Bearden's speed and pressure that they can put on the ball, and then defensively to try to contain A.J. Pruitt, who led all scorers last time with 22 points. The senior is a matchup nightmare, I think, for probably most anyone in District 4. We're at halftime of our girls' game. Farragut jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Bearden came back with 5 straight. They went up 5-4, and the Lady Bulldogs led by 1 at the end of the first quarter, 15-14, as the teams exchanged the lead probably a handful of times in that first quarter. And then in the second, the Lady Admirals clamped down defensively and allowed Bearden only 4 points in the second, while Farragut tallies 12. And Farragut, as a result, leading by 7 at intermission, 26-19. I had Bearden with 5 first-half turnovers and Farragut with 4. Lady Bulldogs have 3 players in the scoring column, led by Emily Gonzalez, who has 8. Avery Treadwell with 6 points. Treadwell 0 of 1 from the line. And Jennifer Sullivan with 5 points, included in her total Bearden's lone 3 of the first half. So Bearden 0 of 1 from the line. Treadwell unable to complete an and one at the end of the first quarter. And again, just the 1 3-pointer for the Lady Bulldogs, courtesy of Jennifer Sullivan. For Farragut, 5 players in the scoring column. Avery Strickland leading the way with 11 points. Lady Admiral Jr. had 1 3-pointer. Keely Rogers with 6. Rogers also had a 3. She's 1 of 2 from the line, the only free throws attempted by the Lady Admirals. McCall Willis, 4 points. Macy Barnes, 3 on a first quarter three-pointer. And Allie Hines rounds out Farragut's scoring with 2 points. Lady Admirals, again, Rogers, the only free throws, 1 of 2 from the line. So very few free throws attempted by 3 combined, right? So there's only been, let's see, Bearden had 3 fouls and Farragut had 2. No player on either team has any more than 1 foul. And so Farragut was 1 of 2 from the foul line, and they got the 3 3-pointers, 1 apiece from Barnes, Strickland, and Rogers. And it's the Lady Admirals leading at the break, 26-19. We'll get a 2-minute break. Return with more on the other side as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops, presented by Pilot Food Marts on Farragut's Independent Voice, 105.3 WFIV.
Winter is here. That means it's time for the Climatized Heating and Cooling Winter Maintenance Safety Inspection. Make sure your heat pump or gas furnace is ready for winter. Get peace of mind when you call Climatized Heating and Cooling today or go to climatizedtennessee.com.
Attention East Tennessee. Bearden Bike and Trail has been voted one of the 100 best bike shops in the U.S. by the Bicycle Dealers Association. This certification requires not only a great shopping experience and expert staff, but also support for local and national cycling advocacy. Bearden Bike and Trail has affordable luxury bikes from the brands you know, like Jamis, Fuji, Marin, Breezer, and Haro. Bike and Trail has bikes for children as well as the young at heart. Bike and Trail also carries affordable electric bikes. Need a bike repair? Their top-notch repair shop has the fastest turnaround time in town. Tight on cash? Ask about their 12-month no-interest financing. With over 48 years of experience in the cycling industry, you can always count on Bearden Bike and Trail for great customer service. Make Bike and Trail your one-stop for cycling adventure. Open 7 days a week. Located on the Third Creek Greenway on Forest Park Boulevard. Bearden Bike and Trail. Voted one of the best bike shops in the U.S. by the Bicycle Dealers Association.
What tells your story? Your diploma, an art print, a map from a trip you've held on to for years, a shadow box of a favorite sports jersey. Whatever it is, at Express Frame, we've made custom framing fast, easy, and affordable. Each frame is handcrafted by our experts in-house using high-quality materials. With our large frame inventory selection, we'll get your finished artwork back to you in a lot less time than traditional custom framing stores. Same expert staff and service, new name. Express Frame is located in the Dick's Sporting Goods Shopping Center next to sports clubs. Frame your story at Express Frame and look for special offers at expressframe.net. We know framing, you'll know the difference.
Back here at Bearden High School, just about set for the start of the second half in our girls contest, with Farragut leading 26-19 over the homestanding Lady Bulldogs. Bearden undefeated in district play, 10-0, 16-1 overall. Farragut comes in 12-3 overall, 6-3 in the district. Farragut coming off a win on Tuesday at home over William Blount, 73-44, while Bearden on Tuesday night defeated Lenoir City on the road, 59-19. Lady Admirals currently 4th in the district standings, and Bearden the lone unbeaten in District 4. Same is true on the boys' side, where the Farragut boys are currently 3rd in the district standings. So Farragut with the first possession of the second half. It'll be Strickland on the baseline, giving to Sheridan at the free throw line for a jumper, no good. Treadwell with the rebound. A good look for the Lady Admirals on their first possession, but shot wouldn't go from 15, and Bearden in front court is Zania McLaughlin working against Rogers. Charge. Rogers stakes the charge, and McLaughlin with a spin move on the right block. And you kind of wondered, what's Bearden going to do differently offensively here in the second half? What's their point of emphasis after scoring only 4 points in quarter number 2 and having McLaughlin penetrate? Obviously on the first possession is telling, but Rogers able to pick up the player control foul on her. Now Rogers drives baseline. Her pass, McCall Willis at the free throw line. Out on the perimeter, Strickland back to Keeley. Farragut's going to reset the half court. Zania McLaughlin there defensively on Keeley. A couple of outstanding defensive players matching up. Sheridan takes it, comes right, gives off to Barnes for a three. No good. McCall Willis, weak side rebound, but her pass is stolen away by Gonzalez. Gonzalez in front court for Bearden, all the way to the basket, scores over Barnes. Gonzalez now in double figures. Farragut back in front court. Rogers spinning into the paint, shot blocked by Treadwell, picked up by Willis, and she lays it up and in. That works. Right, draw Treadwell out away from the basket to block the shot. And as long as she doesn't block it to her teammate, maybe somebody's open underneath. Gonzalez trying to make a move on the left baseline is going to be fouled by Farragut's Macy Barnes, her first. And first foul of the second half. Only the third on Farragut this entire game. Bearden has but 4 fouls, so they put the whistles away by and large. They go inside to Treadwell. Triple team. Got the shot up and scores. Treadwell has 8. Hard to stop. Farragut looking for Strickland. Denied by McLaughlin. Bearden with a steal. In front court, Sullivan pulls up left side. It's 28-23 as Gonzalez is wide open in the left corner for a three, but misses everything. Treadwell there on the backside. Excuse me, that was Brillhart on the backside, but she shoots it over everything as well from close range. And Farragut comes away with it. McCall Willis gives to Rogers. Rogers in front court. Again, picked up by Zinnia McLaughlin. High post bounce pass goes to Ashlyn Sheridan. Her back to the basket, gives to Strickland. Strickland out top to Willis. Now to Barnes. Barnes gives in the right corner to Strickland. Driving baseline on Sullivan. Pivots. Foul called. Ace is going to go to the line, shoot a couple. As the foul is given to Bearden's Jennifer Sullivan. She becomes the first player on either team to pick up a second foul. And we've only had 3 free throws attempted all night between these two teams combined. And Strickland will be attempting her first. Toss, good. Ace has got 12. She is Farragut's leading scorer on the season. Came into the week averaging 17.8 points per game. Macy Barnes right behind her at 16.9 per game. Second toss by Strickland, good. So 13 for the Lady Admiral Jr., and Farragut again leads by 7, which was the lead at halftime. 30-23, our score as Gonzalez goes through the lane but gives back out top to McLaughlin. Now to Sullivan. Sullivan guarded by Barnes, keeps the dribble alive, gives back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin into the paint, steps around Strickland and scores with the right hand. So Zinnia McLaughlin adds her name to the scoring column, and Bearden trails by 5. Keely Rogers in front court goes to Macy Barnes, guarded by Gonzalez. Willis screens for her. Pass was thrown at the feet of Strickland, and Bearden steals it away. Not a good pass. McLaughlin in front court feeds Gonzalez, who lays it up and in transition. So Bearden converts the Farragut turnover into points at the other end and trims Farragut's lead to 3. Here's Rogers, and the ball's knocked away. And here's Gonzalez on the break, bumped, and they'll say prior to a shot. So Rogers lost the ball on a drive, and Bearden getting out on the break gets a foul on Farragut's Strickland, which will be Strickland will become the first Lady Admiral to pick up a second foul. Macy Barnes out of the game. Allie Hines checks in for Farragut. Bearden will be inbounding from underneath its own basket. Comes into Gonzalez, left corner 3, good. Gonzalez has 15, and we're tied at 30. Bearden erased that 7-point lead quickly. A couple of Farragut turnovers aiding the Lady Bulldogs' cause. Sheridan, three-pointer out top, tough shot, short. Hines knocks it out though, and Rogers claims it, far side of the court, and as she does, Coach Mayfield uses a 30-second timeout. I believe that's the first Farragut timeout of the ball game. I've got Bearden with 3 full timeouts remaining, and Farragut with its full complement, 3 full timeouts, as well as another 30-second timeout after this one. 30-30 our score, 4:30 to play in the third quarter. Both teams have been assessed a couple of fouls in the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds, so one more foul by either team will match our foul total from the first half. Lady Admirals returning to the floor with Hines, Strickland, Willis, Sheridan, Rogers. Lady Admirals in possession of the ball. Bearden's got Gonzalez and Sullivan, McLaughlin, Treadwell and Brillhart. Sheridan out high to Strickland, double team, ball knocked away by Gonzalez. Another steal for Bearden. Gonzalez fouled on a drive to the basket. So that is 4 turnovers for Farragut in this third quarter. We're not quite halfway through the third quarter, and that matches Farragut's turnover total from the first 16 minutes. And so Strickland with the foul as she becomes the first player on either team to pick up a third. And Gonzalez at the line for 2, first of which is good. Strickland out of the game. Macy Barnes returns to the lineup. And Bearden now leading as Gonzalez hits them both, and the Lady Bulldogs lead by 2, 32-13. Gonzalez has 17. Rogers spinning through the lane, puts a shot up over Treadwell and scores. Keeley attacking the basket. Has 8 now, and Farragut ties the game at 32. McLaughlin to Sullivan, right corner, drives baseline, steps around Willis, but throws an air ball up there, and Willis grabs it ahead to Rogers. 2-on-1 break for the Lady Admirals, given up to Willis. Her shot blocked by Zania McLaughlin. Great defensive play by McLaughlin. She leads the break back the other way, gives off to Treadwell. Treadwell lays it up and in. McLaughlin, great defensive play, only defender back against 2 Lady Admirals, and she got the block shot, led the break the other way. Rogers, three-pointer, out high, no. Treadwell with the rebound. So Bearden leads 34-32, and the Lady Bulldogs are going to slow the pace with just over 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Gonzalez into front court. Guarded by Barnes. Brillhart out top takes the pass, guarded by McCall Willis. Spins down the right side of the paint, shot with the right hand, good. Brillhart off the dribble, has her first bucket of the game, and Bearden leads 36-32. Gabby Duncan, Sage Carball at the scorer's table, ready to enter the game. Dribble knocked away from Hines into rear court. She retrieves it, gives to Macy Barnes back in front court for Farragut. Here's Barnes with a 3. His shot was blocked by Treadwell. Picked up by Sullivan, ahead to Treadwell. Treadwell scores the layup at the other rim. Treadwell has 12. She blocked the shot. If she's going to come out that high to defend a shot, then there's going to be stuff open underneath. Lady Admirals trailing by 6, 38-32. And Farragut's going to use a timeout. 2:16 to play in the third quarter. And it'll be a full timeout taken by Coach Mayfield. That being the case, we'll step aside, get a 30-second break ourselves, and return with more on the other side as you listen to Farragut High School basketball presented by Pilot Food Marts on Farragut's Independent Voice, 105.3 WFIV.
Hi, this is Dave from VG's Bakery. Circumstances have forced us to change the way we do business, but nothing will change the pride and love we have for baking the finest baked goods. Go to vgsbakery.com to check out our curbside menu we offer Tuesday through Friday weekly. And our cake department is ready to create your beautiful and delicious special occasion cakes. Pastries, cookies, bread, and desserts, all made by hands that care. VG's Bakery, handcrafted baked goods. Oh yeah.
Farragut with the ball coming out of the timeout. Lady Admirals suddenly trailing by 6 after leading by 7 at halftime. And a couple of minutes into this third quarter, the lead was still 7. Barnes, high post, Rogers, working against Brillhart. Splits 2 defenders, got it to go and was fouled. I think Treadwell may have fouled her as she slid over to help in the paint. And no indication has been made yet. And they gave it to Brillhart instead, I think. Brillhart, 23, not 32, Treadwell. It's her second, so she's the first. Change that, second Lady Bulldog to pick up a second foul. But Rogers with the basket, looking for the and one, won't go. Bearden with the rebound. Brillhart gives to Sullivan. Sullivan in front court. Left elbow. Gives back to Brillhart. Three-pointer from out top. No good. Long rebound, Zania McLaughlin of Bearden. Keeley Rogers there defensively as McLaughlin lobs inside. Treadwell collects it, goes up, and scores. Treadwell's got 14, 8 in the quarter. 6-point lead again for Bearden, 40-34. Sheridan guarded by McLaughlin. Actually, I guess it's zone by the Lady Dogs here. Barnes has the shot blocked out top. Gonzalez made the block. Sullivan picks up the loose ball, brings it in front court, gives to Gonzalez in the left corner. She'll move closer, puts a shot up off the window, and a charge. Sage Carbaugh leads the team in taking charges and stepped in front of Emily Gonzalez, who commits the player control foul. Her first foul of the game. Actually, they're showing on the scoreboard it's her second. Wonder if they just haven't changed that from the previous player. Strickland doubled, gives to Sheridan out high. They show a double on Sheridan. She picks up her dribble, shovels it off to Keeley. They double on Keeley on the left side. She gives to Sheridan. Back to Keeley, left side three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Both teams giving chase. Ball out of bounds. Touch last by Farragut. Again, if Treadwell's going to come out on the perimeter and contest three-pointers, Farragut's got to get around her or dump the ball down low. 48 seconds to play in the third. Zania McLaughlin as Bearden giving the appearance that they would be content to hold for a final shot. Gonzalez with it in the corner, guarded there by Gabby Duncan. You got Duncan and Carbaugh. Rogers, actually, here's a three put up by Sullivan. No good, but Zania McLaughlin grabs the rebound, and she's going to be fouled from behind by Farragut's Keeley Rogers. Both players in pursuit of the ball. Rogers picks up the foul. Should be her first and the team fourth. Both teams with 4 fouls. 22.6 seconds to play in the third quarter as Sullivan into Zania McLaughlin. McLaughlin into the paint with the right hand. Good. Too easy. McLaughlin's got 4, all of them here in this third quarter. 8-point lead for Bearden. Strickland drives left side. No, and Sullivan undercut Sage Carbaugh on the rebound and picks up the foul, her third. So 42-34, Bearden has turned a 7-point halftime deficit into an 8-point lead. Farragut trying to whittle something off of it with 9.3 seconds remaining in the third as Rogers inbounds off the baseline out top to Sheridan. Gives in the left corner to Duncan for a three and an out. Rebounded away by Treadwell. Ahead to Gonzalez. She'll shoot from midcourt. No good at the horn. Big third quarter for the Lady Bulldogs after scoring only 4 in the second quarter. Bearden puts up 23 in the third, and the Lady Bulldogs will go to the fourth, leading the visiting Lady Admirals of Farragut 42-34. Back in 1 minute with fourth quarter action as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops, presented by Pilot Food Marts on Farragut's Independent Voice, 105.3 WFIV.
105.3 WFIV, Loudon, Farragut, Lenore City.
Hey, Rick Terry here with Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. We've gotten so many calls. Are you open? Are you doing jewelry work? And the answer is yes. Only a few small changes. Repair times are a little longer. Jewelry design consultations are done by appointment. But the same great service you've always expected is what you'll get. And in our brand new, totally redesigned jewelry store. It's spacious, clean, and safe. If you haven't been in, you've got to come see. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs, we want to be your jeweler.
Shop Farragut wishes you and the entire Admiral Sports Nation much success and happiness this exciting season and reminds you to shop Farragut all year long. Your Farragut retailers, restaurants, and service providers have worked hard to make your shopping easy and a bargain. Follow Shop Farragut on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to get all of the deals and discounts you need. Go Admirals!
First possession of the fourth quarter belongs to Bearden. Lady Bulldogs leading Farragut 42-34. 23-8 advantage for Bearden in the third quarter as they turn a 7-point halftime deficit into an 8-point lead. Stevens goes inside, and it'll be Treadwell spinning in the post with the right hand and scoring. Treadwell's got 16, 10 now in the second half. Farragut getting out on the break, and Willis the intended recipient, but Bearden got back, deflected that pass under the basket out of bounds, and Farragut will have it under its own basket with Keeley Rogers inbounding. Gabby Duncan checks out of the game. Macy Barnes returns to the lineup as Keely Rogers inbounds. Nobody coming open. Loops it out high to Macy Barnes. Barnes to Rogers on the left wing. Now out top, Strickland. Three-pointer, no good. Treadwell the rebound. Given to Gonzalez. 7:10 to play. Gonzalez and Treadwell, 16 points apiece for Bearden. They've got 32 of the Lady Bulldogs' 44. Brillhart with the ball out top, guarded there by McCall Willis. Left side to Stevens. Inside to Treadwell, quickly back to Stevens. Now out top, they go down low, and Treadwell is going to be fouled on a shot attempt.
Foul number 13 for the Lady Admirals. Avery
Strickland picks up her fourth foul. Both teams with 5 fouls in this second half, and Treadwell, 0 of 1 from the line tonight, puts up the toss and hits it. So Bearden is 3 of 4 from the foul line tonight. Treadwell, no good on the second one, and Brillhart's going to be over the back. Brillhart will become the first Lady Bulldog to pick up a third foul. And it's Bearden 6. So Farragut's in the bonus with 6:47 to play. Not currently, but with Bearden's next foul. Farragut's in the bonus the rest of the way. Sheridan to Barnes out high. They exchange it back and forth. Bearden. Zania McLaughlin out top of that defense. Sheridan picks up her dribble against McLaughlin, gives it off to Rogers. Rogers into the paint, runner with the left hand, good. Keeley's got 12. She's been outstanding really both games against Bearden. They may need more of that. The Lady Admirals are to fight all the way back. Stevens goes inside, and Treadwell collects it, goes up, misses, grabs her on miss, goes back up with it again, and scores. Just not a lot Farragut's able to do with the 6'3" Treadwell. And this will be Barnes from the right corner trying a three. It's over everything. Treadwell with the rebound, gives to Gonzalez. Gonzalez up the right side in front court for Bearden, which leads by 11. Gonzalez spins on the right block, puts a shot up, no good. Carball had it, was tied up from behind by Stevens. Brillhart out of the game, Sullivan back in for Bearden. So Zania McLaughlin slides down on the low block defensively. She and Treadwell are down low. The wings are Stevens and Sullivan, while out top of the zone, you got Gonzalez. 47-36, Bearden by 11. 5:23 to play. Rogers, high post, Willis against McLaughlin, could have shot, instead back to Keeley. Now here's Keeley penetrating, puts a shot up, no good, a follow by Willis, fouled. So Keeley, by penetrating, brings Treadwell over, and even with the missed shot, that opens up the rebounding opportunities, and McCall Willis grabs the miss and is fouled. And they actually gave the foul to Treadwell, her first. She has avoided foul difficulties tonight. They say apparently not in the act of shooting. It should be 1-1 at least, though. I would have thought that was in the act of shooting, but McCall Willis apparently will be shooting 1-1. The first such situation for either team tonight. McCall hits about 50% of her free throws, and that's a big one. Earns herself a bonus toss as McCall sinks it. She's got 7 tonight. Second toss, bonus toss, no good. Ball loose on the floor, and we're going to have a held ball. And this time the possession arrow is to Bearden. 10-point game, 47-37. Five minutes to play as Sullivan to Stevens. She'll try a three. It is no good. And Carball is going to be called for a foul. She had inside position on Treadwell, but picks up the foul nonetheless. It'll be her first and the team's sixth. Inbound feed to McLaughlin. She comes wide open as Farragut fell down in the lane, but McLaughlin's shot won't go down, and Farragut rebounds it away. Strickland in front court. Lady Admirals caught a break. They need to capitalize as Rogers gives to Strickland into the corner to Sheridan for a three. Again, Treadwell comes out to defend that, drive around her. And the three is missed, and Farragut can't track it down on the near side. It'll go out of bounds, last touch by Farragut. Carbaugh out of the game, Macy Barnes back in. 4:48 to play, and Farragut's going to press as Gonzalez gives in to Treadwell. She's doubled, gets it off, and it's Rogers with a steal underneath to Sheridan. Can't shoot, gives to Barnes instead for a baseline jumper, no good. And so Farragut creates the turnover, but they can't capitalize. Sheridan seemed a little off balance inside, couldn't get the shot up quickly enough before Treadwell could recover. And so she passed back out of the paint for that mid-range jumper by Barnes, which wouldn't go. I believe that's the first turnover for either team here in the fourth quarter. Stevens from the left corner for the Lady Bulldogs. Three-pointer, good. Hannah Claire Stevens with her first basket of the ball game, and Bearden leads by 13, 50-37. 4 minutes to play. Strickland out high, guarded by Sullivan. Gives off to Keeley. She's going to shoot a three, short. And there's Treadwell with a rebound for Bearden. Lady Admirals have, just 11 points in over, now 12 minutes and 15 seconds in the second half. McLaughlin. Left side to Stevens, dribbles once, gives it to McLaughlin, and Farragut, not good spacing by Bearden, and Coach Underwood uses a timeout. Full timeout being taken by Bearden with 3:35 to play, and the Lady Bulldogs leading 50-37. We'll get a 30-second break, return with more as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops, presented by Pilot Food Marts, Farragut's independent voice, 105.3 WFIV.
Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. Happy New Year! And we're not just practicing social distancing, we're doing it. Face masks, hand sanitizers, Sandy Fogger. We're 6 feet apart, and we can still sell you a new Nissan. And with over 450 new Nissans to choose from, we've definitely got the one you're looking for. And remember, nobody can sell you the same new Nissan for less than Ted Russell Nissan. Is your credit an issue? Well, not at Ted Russell Nissan. We have 4 finance managers that specialize in credit repair and approvals. Rebates up to $6,500, discounts up to $11,000, and payments as low as $149 a month. Ted Russell Nissan.
Back at Bearden High School, the Lady Bulldogs will have the ball coming out of this timeout, leading 50-37 as Bearden trying to get the ball in, and Willis deflects it, and Barnes comes up with it for the Lady Admirals. Bearden with a turnover, Farragut in front court. Strickland into the paint, tough shot, drew some contact, and is going to have a couple of free throws as Gonzalez is assessed a foul, her second, I believe.
Foul's number 30, Emily Gonzalez, her second.
So at the line, it'll be Strickland, who is 2 of 2 from the line this evening. Ace has 13 to lead the Lady Admirals in scoring and gets the first free throw to go down. Strickland shooting 79% from the foul line. Second toss, nothing but net for Ace. 15 for Ace Strickland, 11-point lead for Bearden as Gonzalez inbounds against a press. Comes into Brillhart, double team, gives to McLaughlin, off her fingertips. Strickland picks it up, drives the lane, and missed the shot. Gonzalez comes away with it, out to McLaughlin. McLaughlin in front court, driving on Sheridan, puts it up with the right hand and scores. Zania McLaughlin has 6. Farragut back the other way. Rogers to Strickland. 3:05 to play. 13-point lead for Bearden. Sheridan, left side three, no good. McLaughlin, uncontested rebound. In a hurry, back the other way. Farragut's got 2 defenders back. McLaughlin pulls up left block, gives it to Treadwell in the post, or in the paint, and her shot from right in front is no good, but she was bumped into, and the foul is on McCall Willis. Will be her second. So it means Treadwell will shoot a pair. She is 1 of 3 from the line tonight. 19 points for the Bearden sophomore. 13 of those 19 in the second half. Toss is no good. I guess you could try the Hack-a-Shack strategy against Treadwell. Second toss is good. She hits 1 of 2. That's kind of what you're up against. It's just a difficult physical matchup that Bearden has been able to exploit in the second half. Sheridan into the lane, bounce pass left wing, goes to Strickland, pulls up, left baseline, fouled. 2 more free throws. Sullivan's given the foul. It's her 4th, and Strickland's going to shoot a pair. 2:38 to play, and Lady Admiral's able to chip a little bit off of Bearden's lead with the clock stopped as Strickland now with 16 points. Treadwell the leading scorer for Bearden with 20. Treadwell the leading scorer for Farragut with 16, now 17 as she hits them both. 53-41, 12-point lead. The ball's knocked away by the press. McCall Willis on the floor, saves it over to Strickland. Layup, good. Strickland now with 19 as Willis came up with the steal, and now another steal. Here's Strickland down low to Willis, and she's going to be fouled. And so the turnovers coming fast and furious as Farragut's press has been disruptive, and Gonzalez picks up the foul, her 3rd. 10-point deficit with 2:23 to play and 2 free throws coming for McCall Willis, and Farragut's now in the double bonus. Toss by McCall is good. McCall now 2 of 3 from the line. She's got 8. As I mentioned, Strickland, Farragut's leading scorer with now 19. Sheridan checks out of the game. Keely Rogers has 12, and Willis has 8, looking to add to that total. Toss good by the Lady Admiral Jr. So McCall hits them both, and Farragut's got it down to an 8-point game. Jumps right back into the press. Gonzalez into Brillhart, and she's going to be slapped across the wrist by McCall Willis. That'll be the 3rd on McCall and the 8th on Farragut as a team. So we walk to the other end for Brillhart to shoot 1 and 1. First free throw of the night for the Bearden Jr. Brillhart, who has 2 points. Scored that basket in the 3rd quarter. As Bearden's going to pull everybody back. 2:22 to play. 53-45 our scores. Brillhart puts a knuckleball up there, no good. Rebounded away by McCall Willis. Given to Keely Rogers. Rogers in front court, picked up by Zania McLaughlin defensively. High post, McCall Willis, bounce pass to Barnes left side, can't shoot with Treadwell coming out, so Farragut looks inside, but Brillhart is there for a steal, trying to get it inside to McCall Willis. But Bearden was home, and Farragut with a costly turnover. 1:55 to play, and Bearden with an 8-point lead would want to run some clock. Gonzalez is going to shoot a 3, though. Off the back of the rim, no good. Brillhart tracks it down, however, gives to McLaughlin. McLaughlin penetrates, comes to a stop in the lane, gives to Gonzalez. Now Gonzalez going to be fouled on a reach-in by Barnes, although it'll be her 2nd. 1:39 to play. This is the final 1-and-1 of the night. It's Emily Gonzalez, who is 2 of 2 from the line. Free throw missed. Bearden leaving the door cracked. Can Farragut capitalize? Trailing by 8 with 94 seconds to play. Strickland on the left wing. Penetrates. Drops it down low to Willis. Lays it up and in. I don't know if that was a shot that came up short or a pass, but it was effective. McCall Willis takes it from Ace Strickland and lays it up and in. I know that Treadwell had to respect the drive of Strickland, and that opened things up for McCall, whether it was a block or a pass. Regardless, Farragut cuts it to 6, and timeout is asked for with 1:25 to play. 1:25 to play, and it's going to be a full timeout, it would appear. Lady Admirals down by some 13 points here in the second half on multiple occasions. Have cut it to 6. With 1:25 to play. 53-47 our score. Farragut led early 4-0. Bearden took its first lead at 5-4. Lady Bulldogs maintained a 1-point lead at the end of the first quarter, 15-14. Lady Admirals with an outstanding job defensively in the second quarter, limiting the Lady Bulldogs to just 4 points as Farragut went in front by 7 at intermission, 26-19. Bearden grabbed a lead at 32-30 in the third quarter and led 42-34 heading to the fourth, having outscored Farragut 23-8 in the third. And as I said, the lead has been 13 on multiple occasions here in the fourth, but Farragut's got it down to 6. Lady Bulldogs will have the ball. They can run the baseline as Farragut is pressing. Gonzalez into Sullivan, and then the ball is going to be nearly stolen away. Wow. That pass was hot right back at Gonzalez, who had inbounded. She couldn't handle it, and Farragut had their hands all over it but could not corral it. It ricochets out of bounds. Bearden will try again against the press. Gonzalez into Treadwell. Could have fouled her. That would have been a good choice if you don't get the steal to just go ahead and foul Treadwell. Instead, Gonzalez in front court loops it to Sullivan, and Sullivan's going to have a layup that she misses. Treadwell's going to put it back up and in, though. Treadwell has 22. Farragut quickly in front court, trailing by 8. Strickland driving the lane with the left hand. Good, and she's fouled. Strickland gets the roll, and the foul goes against McLaughlin. It'll be her second. And so Strickland with an and one opportunity. Ace 21 points tonight. Had 21 against William Blunt on Tuesday. And looks to make it 22 and does. She's perfect at the line tonight. What is that now? 7 of 7 for Ace from the free throw line. And Farragut trails by 5. 55-50 is our score with 1:02 to play. Farragut pressing as Gonzalez tries to get it into McLaughlin. You could foul her. And McLaughlin stepped out of bounds. Where's the call, my Lord? Well, the ball, I guess, is lost out of bounds, but she clearly stepped on the baseline, and I guess no official was in position to see that. Regardless, the ball is turned over. And so Farragut will have it. Bearden's turned it over 6 times in this fourth quarter. 56 seconds to play. Farragut inbounds to Barnes in the corner. Treadwell right there defensively. Out high to Sheridan, who's going to be guarded by McLaughlin. Now to Keeley. Keeley, right side pass to Barnes. Macy's got a good look for 3, in and out. Farragut's going to foul on the rebound attempt. Shot came out of the cylinder for Barnes. And then Farragut Strickland picks up her 5th foul. Ace, 22 points tonight. Is going to foul out with 40.7 seconds to play. That hurts.
At the free throw line, shooting 2, the Lady Bulldogs,
So Sage Carbaugh checks in for the departed Strickland. And Brillhart will shoot the double bonus at the other end. Maddie Brillhart, Bearden Jr., 0 of 1 from the line tonight. Missed a 1-and-1 situation earlier, but buries the first of 2 here. And the second one, nothing but net for Brillhart. So Brillhart hits them both, and it's a 7-point lead for Bearden. 57-50, 40 seconds to play. Rogers in front court, hounded by McLaughlin. Stumbles, pushes the pass over to Barnes on the right wing. Out high now to Sheridan. Skip pass comes to Keeley. She's going to launch a long 3. That's offline. Long rebound. It's going to be Sheridan over there with the long rebound. Gives to Carbaugh. Now to Barnes. Barnes with a mid-range jumper left side. Good. Macy makes the mid-range jumper from the left side with 18 seconds to play, and Farragut uses a 30-second timeout, trailing 57-52. So, still possible. Lady Admirals need to force yet another turnover. I had Bearden with 7 turnovers entering the fourth quarter, and they've turned it over 6 times here in the fourth. Farragut, if they get the turnover, they're going to have to get points from someone besides Strickland, who fouled out of the game a moment ago with a team-high 22 points. Treadwell for Bearden matching Strickland's total currently. Those are the game-high scores. And so Gonzalez will inbound as Bearden stacks 4 players along the lane. Inbound feed comes to Sullivan. Double team, gives it back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez loops it to Brillhart. Farragut will foul her. 12.3, so about, 5.7 seconds went off the clock before Farragut committed the foul. And it'll be Keeley Rogers picking up her second foul, and at the line will be Brillhart. She had 2 just a moment ago, and this one is good as well. Not much rotation on the shot but she's hit 3 in a row. McCall Willis, Sage Carbaugh out, Gabby Duncan in. Farragut looking for some three-point shooters, Allie Hines as well. Second toss is short. Rogers grabs it, 11.4 seconds to play, 6-point game. Rogers penetrating, gives to Hines in the corner, sets her feet for a three, may have been deflected. Comes up short, Treadwell with the rebound, and that's going to do it. And so it'll be Bearden getting the season sweep, regular season sweep of the Lady Admirals as they bounce back in the second half, trailing by 7 at halftime. The Lady Bulldogs will win it by 6, 58-52 to remain perfect in district play. Lady Bulldogs improving to 17-1 overall, 11-0 in the district, as Farragut falls to 6-4 in district play, 12-4 overall. Farragut battling there in the fourth quarter to come all the way back from being down 13, battled back from an even bigger deficit against Cleveland on Saturday. But that deficit, I believe, was a third quarter deficit, and the Lady Blue Raiders not quite the team that the Lady Bulldogs are. And so Farragut was able to force the turnovers, give themselves a chance, but ultimately they come up 6 points shy as Bearden again remains perfect in District 4 AAA action. 58-52 our final. Boys taking the floor, warming up for their matchup that's about 15 minutes away from tipping off. And we'll step aside, get a 2-minute break for our sponsors, return to look at the final numbers from our girls contest. You're listening to Farragut High School Hoops, presented by Pilot Food Marts on Farragut's Independent Voice, 105.3 WFIV.
105.3 WFIV, Loudon, Farragut, Lenore City.
We're all paying attention to social distancing and cleanliness these days, and your nearby Pilot Food Mart has got you covered. Every Pilot has a sanitation station. You'll find masks and hand sanitizer to help keep you and your family safe. While you're there, get your Pilot My Rewards card. It's good for 3 cents a gallon off Pilot gas and in-store specials. Your neighborhood Pilot Food Mart. We're right on your way.
Hey, Rick Terry here with Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. We've gotten so many calls. Are you open? Are you doing jewelry work? And the answer is yes. Only a few small changes. Repair times are a little longer. Jewelry design consultations are done by appointment, but the same great service you've always expected is what you'll get. And in our brand new, totally redesigned jewelry store. It's spacious, clean, and safe. If you haven't been in, you've got to come see. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs, we want to be your jeweler.
With Erie Rate Lock, your rate won't change until you add or remove a driver or a vehicle or change an address. Get a ticket, get in an accident, no problem. Rate stays the same. With Erie New Auto Security, if you total your vehicle, it acts as gap insurance if there's a loan. Or Erie will settle 2 model years newer with 30,000 or less miles. No wonder 91% of Erie clients choose to renew with them. Call Bryan Insurance, 865-951-7993, or visit us online at bryaninsurance.com.
Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. Did you know that Nissan has more models than any other brand? Did you know that a Nissan doesn't require a tune-up till 110,000 miles? Did you know Ted Russell Nissan has some of the largest rebates and discounts? Did you know Ted Russell Nissan has over 450 new Nissans in stock? And did you know no other Nissan dealer can sell you the same new Nissan for less? Did you know Ted Russell Nissan's Knoxville's volume dealer? And did you know that I know that everybody knows we're on Kingston Pike?
Ted Russell Nissan, we got it going on. Every night, it's Friday night without you.
Lady Admirals fall this evening at Bearden High School as Bearden remains perfect in district play. Lady Bulldogs now 11-0, 17-1 overall as they win 58-52. Farragut drops to 12-4 overall, 6-4 in District 4 action. 15-14, Bearden led by 1 at the end of the first quarter. Farragut with a 12-4 second quarter edge, and the Lady Admirals went to the locker room at halftime leading by 7, 26-19. Bearden able to move in front at 32-30 in the third quarter and would lead at the end of the third 42-34. Bearden outscoring Farragut 23-8 in the third quarter. And then the fourth, It's Farragut with an 18-16 edge, forced 6 turnovers, but just could not make up enough ground. Early in the fourth quarter, Bearden opened up a double-digit lead on at least a couple, maybe 3 occasions, led by 13. Farragut cut it as close as 55-50, but 58-52 is the final margin, as the Lady Bulldogs again remain perfect in district play. 13 turnovers on the night for Bearden, 6 of those in the fourth quarter. Farragut had 9 turnovers on the night. Looking at the individual scoring, first for Bearden, Hannah Claire Stevens, 3 points, big fourth quarter 3-pointer for the Bearden junior. Zania McLaughlin, 6 points, all of her scoring coming in the second half. Maddie Brillhart, 3 of 5 from the foul line, finished with 5 points. Jennifer Sullivan also had 5 points, included in her total, a 3-pointer. Emily Gonzalez, 1 3-pointer, 2 of 3 from the line. She had 17. And Avery Treadwell, 2 of 5 from the line, finished with 22 points to lead Bearden. The Lady Bulldogs were 7 of 13 from the foul line, 54%, and had 3 3-pointers. Again, 1 apiece from Stevens, Sullivan, and Gonzalez. For Farragut, Allie Hines had 2 points. Macy Barnes with 5, included in her total, a 3-pointer. Ace Strickland, 7 of 7 from the line, 1 3-pointer. Fouled out with 40 seconds remaining. Ace led Farragut with 22 points. McCall Willis, 3 of 4 from the line. McCall with 11 this evening. And Keely Rogers, 1 of 3 from the line, 1 3-pointer. Keely had 12 points, as Farragut was 11 of 14 from the foul line, 79%. And like Bearden, 3 3-pointers spread amongst 3 different players, as Barnes, Strickland, and Rogers all had 1 apiece from long range. Pleased to be joined now by girls head coach Jason Mayfield. And Coach, there was just that one little spurt there in the third quarter, couple of turnovers, and you went from being up 7 to that 7-point lead was gone. You were tied, yeah. and then they were up 32-30. I guess was their first lead there in the second half. But great job battling back at the end. You're down by 13. You forced a number of turnovers in the fourth quarter, gave yourself a chance, just a little bit too big of a hole.
Yeah, that lead, like you said, was going pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's what great teams do. It's what I just told a newspaper guy. That's what great teams do. They came out. Sure, Justin challenged them at halftime to be more physical, and they were, and we weren't. We were a little loose with the ball. Really had some just unforced. I mean, it sounds a little weird, but I say unforced, but they weren't. They were just. We got the ball in our hands, and they take it. That was a little disappointing on our end because I thought once they switched to man that we would be fine.
And it was that kind of game too, where there was a lot of contact allowed.
Correct. And we got to adjust to that. I mean, I think at halftime, each team maybe have had 3 fouls. Yeah. And it was played well. I mean, it was a well-played game. Yeah. That felt like a postseason game. Both teams were good and physical. And then, like I said, in that third quarter, we just had a stretch where, you wish you had 15 timeouts where you just take them all the time. But I had a feeling we'd need them at the end, and we did. So I tried to hang on to them a little bit as much as I could. But we just needed to be more physical with the ball. And again, they did what great teams do. I think we're a great team as well. We just need to learn to match that a little quicker before he gets out of hand.
I said with Treadwell because, you did a nice job on her in the first half, in particular in the second quarter. I mean, you did a great job defensively, period, right?
Yeah,
limiting them to 4 points.
Yeah.
But I said you almost.
I don't want to know what they had in the third quarter.
Yeah. Well, 23, Coach. But I said you might ought to resort to the hack-a-shack. It's
man, she's tough.
Such a tough matchup.
It is, and they've had a string of post players.
Right.
It's a huge difference. I feel like you give us over the past however many years we've been playing against giants against them. I feel like you give us just one of them, and it evens up the matchup a little bit. Not that I think that they're better than us, because I still think that we are the better team. But man, she's a really good player.
Tough matchup.
Yeah, and she uses her body well. She's allowed to do some things in a physical game that it's the way that it was being played and the way that it was being called. And like I said, we've got to adjust. Sage probably thinks that she had a bunch on her, because I heard her say that at one point. It was really our help. Our help just kind of fell apart. I hate it when they're on the other side on the defensive end. We love being able to yell and help and this kind of things. And we're just not quite there yet, where we're understanding what's what's hurting us. And Keeley did a really good job on Z until like late. She gets out in the open court and does the things that she does. And then I think the people that were one-on-one with Treadwell was pretty good. They were doing the right thing. They were fronting her, but our help was not very good in the second half, and that allowed her to get some things going.
So oftentimes I'm focused on the ball and the team on offense. And of course you guys play off of Bearden so much, kind of pack it in a little bit. But it looked like maybe you switched up defensively some different things in the first half, or were my eyes deceiving me?
No, it looks like that sometimes. It looks like we switched to zone. We never did. We didn't switch anything. We just switch off of help. Really, we should all be more helping. At one point when Bearden, makes a lot more threes, they'll be, it'll be tough to guard. Yeah. Really tough to guard. But we feel like we want to, try. There's no secret. It's not like I'm giving Justin any secrets or anything here, but we want to try to eliminate what she does, and it's hard to do. It's very difficult to eliminate. She's only a sophomore, so we got to see that for another 2 years. We got to figure that out. We got to be more physical.
So you brought Keeley up here, and great job by her tonight. She played an outstanding game the first matchup with Bearden. I thought another really outstanding performance tonight from Keeley, both ends of the floor. Right, she comes in averaging almost 5 steals per game. She's probably right on her average there, and attacking the basket. And a couple of times went right at Treadwell and was able to get the shot up around her.
Yeah, I feel like her, Ace, McCall, Sage played really, really well for us tonight. They did all the things that they can do to help us win. Macy and Ashlyn and Gabby and Allie off the bench know that it's just another level that they've got to play, and I got all the faith in the world in them. They'll do that. But you're right, Keeley played a fantastic game, and I can't ask for any more from like I said, from those 4 players.
So Tuesday at Lenoir City. And we'll see you there, Coach.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, Eric.
Okay, thank you, Coach Jason Mayfield. We're going to get Keeley Rogers in here to join us. I'm not sure Keeley's been up to talk with us this year or not. Okay. And so we welcome in Lady Admiral Junior Keeley Rogers. She had 12 points tonight. And obviously disappointing, Keeley, because you guys had a 7-point lead at halftime, slipped away from you there in the third quarter. But still, I tell you, one of the things I was impressed with, because Coach Mayfield mentioned the other night how many consecutive losses you had to Bearden. And the way that one got away from you back in early January, you worry a little bit about the team's confidence, mental state or whatever. But I thought the way you guys came out and played that first half, it's what you want to see out of a team. It was the fact that you took confidence from that game, even though you lost it, as opposed to thinking, man, everything, we should have won that game. We're snake bit. We can't beat them. Can you talk a little bit about maybe just the mental approach and the outlook of this team coming into the game tonight?
Well, our first game we played Bearden at home. We played amazing for 3.5 quarters. Yeah. We executed our game plan perfectly and everything, and it just slipped away at the end in the last 2 minutes, I'm guessing. And so Mayfield and all the coaches were having the same exact game plan. We trusted them, we believed we could do it, and we knew it would work. And then it worked, all first half and everything. And then it's just like when the third quarter started, it started getting hectic, started making turnovers, started being loose with the ball. And I think we just needed to calm down and just know we had the game, and I think that's what killed us tonight.
Well, defensively, you guys jump into the press late, and I think half dozen turnovers in the fourth quarter for Bearden. You talk about kind of getting loose with the ball. You guys were able to kind of turn that around, turn the tables on them. What about that little bit of a run there? Just maybe a little bit too much of a hole to climb out of.
Yeah, it was very good. I agree with the pressing. I'm glad we started press, but I think we should have done it earlier because we like to get the ball and get steals and get breaks and everything. And we did that in the last quarter, so yeah, it was just a little too late.
I said something to Coach Mayfield, I guess maybe Tuesday night, but likened you to a high school quarterback who also plays free safety. Because, you're the point guard, and you see the floor so well, but you also see it so well defensively. Well, tell me what you're seeing out there on the floor. Because your anticipation's outstanding.
I don't know. I just kind of look, kind of anticipate the ball, like the player has the ball's eyes and where they think they're going to pass it. And then if I just think, I just go for it, basically. And most of the time, I get it.
So tonight, number of times you took it right at Treadwell in the lane. I mean, that's what you guys have got to do against a post player like that. Unfortunately, tonight didn't get her in the foul difficulty you did the first time, but still. What about the confidence there of being able to attack the basket, knowing that you've got a shot blocker waiting for you in there?
She's tall and she's a really good shot blocker, so. But I just have to be confident going in there, knowing to try and get in a foul, try and get an and one, try and get anything, just for us to get momentum and keep going. And so I just do it.
Well, and there were a couple of times tonight where she even blocked a shot, but because you drew her, right? Maybe the ball ricocheted right to McCall, or somebody like that. And so, anyhow, there's always a lot to learn from with a loss, as long as you don't let it go to waste, right? Capitalize on it next go around. So you got Lenore City on Tuesday night. And what's the focus of the team after a tough loss tonight?
Just don't worry about that game. It's past us and everything. Just focus on what's ahead of us and get better every day. Well,
as I said, I was impressed with the way you guys took the lessons of the last one, came out and played in the first half. Continue to do that. Good luck as you head down the last part, the home stretch.